All right, guys. Good morning, everyone. Superstars. I have here on this call the leadership of Xfusion Africa. Everyone on this call today, Benny, is a leader. So this is not a general call. It is strictly for leaders. We do this leadership call every morning, every Monday morning. We learn from each other. We share updates. We fire one another. We set fire on each other's bosom, and we celebrate people's achievements. So, guys, are you ready? If you're ready for Mr. Benny Hamburger, can I see you type a 111 in the chat box? Come on, guys, let's celebrate greatness in this house this morning. You asked for him, and I brought this man live and direct. If you can open your video, please do that honor. Do me that honor. You can see my face, you can see Benny's face. So it's good to connect by face this morning. Superstars, let's connect by face. If you're excited to have Benny on the call, please type the numbers 111. Keep it going. Fire your emojis. Put it out there to celebrate this great man in the house this morning. So we're going to take 30 minutes of his time. For some of you who've heard about how I met Benny, I'll just repeat it. I met him at the very first event of Xfusion that I attended in Dubai, and I think that was in January or February. I just saw this man jump out of nowhere. Coincidentally, we were sharing the same table. I didn't know who he was. It was my very first event. So I was pretty new in the game at that time. So I saw, leaders were being recognized and being called up stage. And I saw this man, he was called up stage. And I looked at his numbers and what is this? These numbers are crazy. And he got on stage and he was super confident, laid it out, very short, brief, but, nuggets. And I said, no, whatever it takes, I must have this man in my corner. So I walked my way into his heart. And right now, of course, if I can get him on this call, that's because I have successfully gotten myself in his corner. So we have here live with us one of the biggest leaders we have in Xfusion. He lives in Dubai. He's going to say a few things about him, so don't let me go that way. But his numbers are crazy. When I come back to Nigeria after an event and I boast about Benny's numbers, people ask me, has he been doing Xfusion for 3 years? And I just laugh because Xfusion
I think we lost Bukky. Good morning, guys. Did we lose her? Is my internet bad or is it Bookie's internet? Because I see some people still moving. I think we lost her.
I
Yours
think
is
it is
okay.
Buki's internet.
Yeah. We lost her. We will just give her a minute. Oh, now she got kicked out, I think even. And I became the host. But I will not cut in her story. We will let her come back. And then I would say if she's not back in a minute, we would just freestyle a bit. And then we let her talk again to save your guys' time. Let's just do like this. Let's while she's gone and reconnecting because she said if we can introduce a bit or that you guys know a bit about myself. I'm the most normal guy in the world. Sometimes I'm a bit crazy. I give you my story a bit. Like it's pretty standard because I grew up in Germany. All right, now I'm, by the way, also in Germany. And yeah, I went the most normal way what you can go. I went to school. I was the type of guy who was more in front of the classroom than in the classroom because I liked to do other things more, like talking to my friend about the things what I liked. I was good in some, yeah, in some things like languages. I was not the worst. Everything mathematical, I was very bad. I finished my school.
With network,
Um, oh yeah,
going to
now it's
do
better.
in,
I just freestyled a bit, Bookie. That
all right.
I went in till you were back. So
Oh, fantastic. That's
yeah,
good because I already made you. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make another leader a co-host as well. So in case I get thrown off again, the call can actually continue. I've listened to Benny a few times, but I want you guys to hear from him directly. So Benny, you can actually shoot off. You can tell us about yourself. People want
I
to
did.
know
I
your
already
background.
started a bit from the scratch. Like I already
Okay,
started a little bit
okay.
talking, and I will just go on. So what
Okay,
I
that's fine. So just go on then. Thank you.
yeah, I was at the school part. So I finished my school more or less in an okay way, but not very nice because I was always the type of guy who was really focusing on things what I really liked, but I was not able to do the things what somebody else told me what I have to do. This was the biggest difference I noticed. And then I started studying. I started medicine technique. I literally quit after 2.5 years because I didn't like it. Then I didn't know what to do. I started a trainee for some IT stuff here in Germany because I looked at my brother. He had a chilled life. Back then, my goal was to have a chilled life. And after 1 year in this company where I did my trainee, I noticed one thing like that people are running in there every morning, and the worst day was the Monday. And you guys know you can relate to it. So the people who came to work, they stamp in their work, and I saw their faces, and I saw like how they were looking and how they were talking. And they were talking the same, like, yeah, it's Monday again, only 5 days till weekend. Hey, let's go out at the weekend for a celebration. And then I asked myself, my man, what do you have to celebrate at the weekend? That you have 2 days free or what? Like, what is going on? So I thought, like, something has to happen. I cannot do this. If I have to do this for 40 years, I think I will go crazy. And yeah, back then I had no idea about visualization. I've never heard of law of attraction, setting goals or anything, but more or less I would say it came to me and I got approached for my first network marketing company back then by a very good friend of mine who I was playing World of Warcraft with. It's an online game for total nerdy people, maybe you know it. And I was playing this the whole day with my friend, and suddenly he told me, "Hey, Benny, we have to go to an event. I will come to your city, and we will get into a business now." And I was like, "What business now?" And he didn't tell me anything. He just made the way 250 kilometers from another city to Germany to my city. And then I was like, "What is going on with this guy? This guy is the most stingy guy in the world. Why he's investing money to come to my place?" Yeah, because gasoline in Germany is very expensive. And I was like, man, this guy is so stingy while he's coming. And then I went with him to, yeah, my first network marketing event back then. And I saw many young people. Back then I was 23, sitting in a room. The energy was crazy. There were people on stage at my age who were talking about time and financial freedom. They had nice cars in front of the hotel. And that was my first hook, that I saw young people doing something different and having different results. And the reality was completely different what I saw from the people going to work every day at my job back then. And I felt more home already there, even if I had no idea what they're doing, than in my job, because I was more attracted to that energy and like to, guys, you can relate to it. Yeah, and then I did the biggest mistakes. I immediately texted my mom and my dad that I will open a business now after 10 minutes in this room. And then they just did one thing. They went in Google, they saw the photo what I sent them, and they Googled the company and they said the pyramid scheme. It was a product network marketing company back then. And they said, get the fuck out of there. That is a scam. That is a pyramid scheme. That is illegal what you're doing there. And I was like, what the heck are you talking? They are just selling some products. What is illegal about that? Yeah, my dad did the same in the 80s and he lost a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. And then I was confused, but for some reason I did not get distracted. Then I did my next big mistake, and this was the people what I had back then in my social circle. It was, I think, four. I invited them all in a shisha bar with no knowledge at all about the business. And I told them in my words how I understood this business. And it took me, I think, 7 minutes and 31 seconds to scare everybody away. And they thought I'm crazy. So that was my start of network marketing. I don't know why still today I continued and I was not distracted because all the people I had contact with, I messed up the first day. And then I started to believe in that vision. Then I started to believe in myself. If these people can do it on stage, I can also do it. And I started personal development. I started reading books. I never read a book in my entire life before that. I started watching videos from successful people. I started hearing about law of attraction. And suddenly I built my mindset, what still today is one of the most important things and what you also never should stop to grow. Yeah, your mindset part. And after that, like I was becoming another version of myself. I felt that I'm attracting better people and people are suddenly listening to me and they're taking me serious. And yeah, back then as a total nerd, still today, I count myself a nerd, but I started building 800 people back then in the company and I had my first success. And then I took a decision with an income back then of 500 euro only in network marketing. And my fixed costs, like my costs in Germany, were more than 500 euro. But I took the biggest decision back then of my life to also quit that job and that training to just fully focus. And that was very hard at the beginning because I had nothing and I was fully responsible for myself. And if I would fail there and people thought I will fail, everybody thought I will fail. The craziest part was my parents. They, of course, went crazy when their 23-year-old son is quitting their job to go in their eyes in a pyramid scheme to be successful. You can understand what I mean. And I had to go all in and I had no choice. And still today, I think that is a part and that is a decision. When you once you take a decision and you have no going back, you have to put everything on the table. And a lot of people, they're treating network or affiliate not as that. They're treating it a bit as a hobby or a part-time thing. And then you will have a part-time experience also from your income. That does not relate to Xfusion because Xfusion is crazy. We'll come to that later, but a general thing, what I would say. So I did not treat it as a part-time thing. I treated it all in as my life depends on it. And after that, I left that product network company. I made my first experiences in other companies. Then I went into crypto. Now we roll up the story pretty fast. The crypto part of the story is the sad story, I think, because crypto did a lot of harmful things to the network marketing industry. What is usually very beautiful. It's a very beautiful business. It's a very beautiful industry. It's a people business. It's a business with intention to help people. But in my eyes, the crypto industry destroyed that image the last years because you know it also in Africa. I saw so many scams, I saw so many promises, I saw so many shit companies coming and going and just milking the people's money and then disappearing for some reason. And that, harmed and cost us as people a lot of trust, what are usually believing in that industry. And I was also at that point, guys. I had positions in, I think, 5 or 6 companies. I had the highest positions. So when I start building somewhere, I start building big. And again, like I did my first company, I don't start building a little bit part-time. I start building full Mongo all in, I would call it. Yeah, full all in. And at the points where I have been in other companies in terms of sales and also the amount of people, a lot of people will never go there, and that is completely okay. But what I want to tell you in that point, guys, I was up, up, and after I was up, I was down, down, down again. And sometimes I've after the up, the down was even bigger because I was at the point where I had a good income, where I was proud about my organization, where I was proud that my people are earning money because of me. And after the fuckers, there's no other word, disappeared again with the money, I had to stop.
That's you.
Nobody is crashing my sound in here. Yeah, that is so I had to start again and again and again and again. Now. I can talk again. Thank you. I got tired of the.
Sorry, sorry, Benny,
No
I
worries.
had to mute everyone.
No
So,
worries. No worries. Mm. I started becoming tired of the network industry because of exactly that. So I went out for 1.5 years out of the industry, and I went into oil and gas business. This one I did a bit, and then Stanis, our beautiful founder here of Xfusion, approached me and told me, now we come to the actual part. He told me, hey, we're literally developing something the last 8 months, and we didn't tell anybody because we wanted to be sure. We wanted to test it. And I think now we are at the point that we can tell people about it. Can you come to can you come to Dubai? And back then I was in Germany, it was last year in October. And I said to my girlfriend, yeah, we go to Dubai, and we literally booked the flight, and the next day we went. And I went to Dubai to the office, and there I met Nick, our beautiful founder from Tech Markets. Stanis is a longtime friend and business partner of mine, so he's one of the most loyal guys in the industry. Also, Jelco, they were building this, and I started listening to them. And first, when I heard the word trading, usually I get really, really pissed off now when I heard trading in combination with network marketing. But for some reason in that office, when they said it, because they explained me the trading around, I was not confused because I immediately got the energy and the vision what they're trying to do. And I immediately understood that what we're doing here has nothing to do with all the things what we have done previously. It is so different. It is so real. It is so transparent. And it is so easy what I have never done before. And it's not special. At the end of the day, I always tell to my people, we're not special. Forex market is there since 1973. It's digitalized since 1990. We're just a broker, a double FSC licensed broker with a Lloyd's of London insurance, combined with a trader with a risk management. And that I understood. And my thoughts immediately translated this one into this is a business what I can do for the next 15 to 20 years. As long there's currencies out there from different countries, I can do it. And I think we will keep the Forex market for a while. And then I started thinking, okay, um, what could maybe impact this business in a bad way? Where are the disadvantages? And I could not find anything. From the logic part, I could not find anything. Tech Markets almost has 1 million clients now. They produced more than 500 billion in transaction volume last month. They will be in the top 5 brokers at the end of the year in the entire world. So from the tech market side, in my eyes, that is my opinion. Nothing can happen. My opinion. Okay. Then let's look at the trader side. Do we have a trader guy here who is telling me he's making 40% per month? No. If somebody comes to me and tells me, hey, I'm doing 40% per month, and then I say, yeah, I can also do 40% in 4 minutes if I want, then I take the highest lot size. I go into a gold USD trade and I make 40% in 4 minutes, no problem. But 5 minutes later, I lose 60% because I don't have risk management. And that is the thing. If you can have a good trader, but if you don't have the risk management, you will fail. And that is again what we have seen in other Forex companies that people have to pay into a pot of money, and out of a magical reason 1% per day comes out, and that works till the point till less clients are joining than yeah that less clients are joining than paying out, you know that. And then I thought, okay, how is it here? Here it's like the moment when my client is earning, I'm earning. So I get nothing if I close anybody, nothing. Also from the ethical part, my goal is to make my client successful. Only if he is earning money, I am earning. Also okay. And then I started to developing a trust to a company or to a community, what I have never felt before. I always had a feeling when I was in a crypto company, because of that bad experience, you know what I mean, oh, there might be
Mhm.
something wrong. And I'm a very energetic person and I have to feel something. And when I feel something, there's no going back and people will feel my energy. If I have in my back, there's maybe something wrong, I cannot sell it with my heart, with like my all in. Okay. So as I'm not feeling any downside here in this business, I started to bring acceleration in this business like I've never felt before. And I literally went to everybody and I introduced them the business. And the reactions were the same. I explained them my way, how I do it. They said, hey, that makes sense. There's not no reason in the entire world to not give it a try. And then we have basically the business what is selling itself. Once the people tried it out, they want to know more. Most likely, in my experience, is like 2 weeks. They try it for 2 weeks, then they will give you a call and say, hey, this is insane. I tried some payouts, I tried some withdrawals, I want to put more. 2 weeks. And then
Mm.
people who have never done a business before are suddenly starting to become networkers. And that is also the reason why we are growing so fast and in the duplication. For example, my good friend here from Germany, he's a firefighter. And you know, maybe also in Africa, it's the same. The people who become firefighters, they are special people. They have a heart for it. They want to help the people. They don't care too much about the money, what they're earning, because for them it's a passion. But a friend of mine, he came to me and said, hey, I usually love my job, but since a week, I have somebody, he's my boss now, and he's taking the energy from me to work there. Can we do something that I can go out of that work? And I was like, bro, David, what are you talking? You love that job. And he's like, yeah, but I want to have the freedom to leave anytime when this guy annoys me too much. And he took a decision. He never done network. He first deposited 100,000 of his own money into the business. And after that, the most relaxed way, he called his people and he said, hey, because he's since half a year with 10,000, he's in the business and he doubled his money already. Of course, you know that. And then he called his
Wow.
friends and he said, hey, I don't know how I'm doing it, but I made 11.33% in May. I don't know how, but I can call my friend. He will come and he will explain. And suddenly I had 7 people in his living room. And I left this event with another $100,000 in sales. Now this guy, a few weeks later, has an income of round about $20,000 because, of course, he put a lot by himself also, but combined with his little network, what he built, and suddenly he's a networker what can do what he wants, and he has the freedom to leave his job. And yeah, that is basically how it went. And we started caring a lot about the people who we're working with. And we tried to put our energy into people who deserves it and who really want to work and bring it to the next level. And Bukky is one of these people. And what I immediately have to say about her, especially also in Africa, because I have another team or some other teams also in Africa, and you guys have it very hard because the people are harmed still by the scams. And to stand in front of a crowd of people and protect this business and this idea with all your heart takes a lot of energy and courage. So, Bukky, thank you for that at that point, that you're working so hard and building your team in Africa. And also, you try to bring back the trust and everything for this business. So now I said a bit, so maybe there's some questions. Maybe Bookie, you want to ask some specific things. Just let me know. Yeah, I'm answering.
Thank you so much, Benny. You've actually said a lot. If you were listening to Benjamin Hamburger, you've already got a lot of nuggets this morning. He's told us about his background, which I've listened to. At the age of 23, he decided to do it differently. He didn't want the normal route, go to school, get a job, work for 40 years, and retire to peanut pension at the age of 65. He wanted extra. He wanted more out of life. He wasn't going to settle. He had a bunch load of people who were stuck in the rat race of a 9 to 5 complaining about returning to work on Monday. And that to him was a total put up. And he said to himself, there has to be another way. And today, this guy has made it a reality. Guys, if you can do it, you all can do it. And you have a strong platform on your hands right now that can literally make you sack your boss, that can literally make you live this life on your own terms. So, Benny, you've covered a lot of my questions, but I still have a few questions to shoot at you. Thank you
Sure,
so
sure.
much. I was going to say, what made you say yes to Xfusion? But you've already talked about that. The confidence, the transparency, the products, everything. Another thing you shared for me that was very key in Bali, I think it was in Bali, was that we're not getting paid from people's funds. You know, those ROI companies, the regular ones that we're used to, those ones that came and cost a lot of people pain, which you have experienced as well. They will pay the affiliates a part of the chunk people depositing. And you said to me, you said, Bukky, that is actually illegal. It's unlawful. So the truth is that people's funds are not being put to maximum use for them. You've already shared a percentage of their funds with people. And what that kind of system means is that we are dependent on new funds coming into the system, which is a typical Ponzi cycle. In Xfusion, if we don't get any extra people, additional people into the community, the existing people in the community will still earn massively because we are truly multiplying money. So I want you to say something about that. The fact that we're not getting paid, all those fat checks that affiliates are taking home, it's not from our people's money.
No, it's not. And there's another benefit I would mention here because it's big. Think about other Forex companies or Forex, let's call them systems. Okay. What are they selling? First of all, there's also another thing. They're selling. What are we selling? Nothing. Other companies are selling education, selling signal groups, selling live calls, selling licenses, selling packages. So the client has to buy. What do you have to buy here?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. You decide how much you put. And if people tell me, yeah, I will invest XYZ amount, and I say, no, you're not investing, you're depositing. Investing is you buy a real estate and then you take I don't know how long till your return on invest, till you can do something. It's unflexible to resell it. Here you're not investing in my eyes. You're depositing because you can withdraw anytime. Secondly, we will give you the best education for free. We will give you a signal group for free. We will give you trading live calls for free. We will give you leader codes for free for everything. You don't have to buy here. Okay? That is the first thing. Next, like Bukky said, that is so much different from other things you cannot even imagine. Most of the time, it's like this: the client pays in 10,000. Then they will take 40%, most likely, I would say, from the client, and they immediately give your money to some affiliates you don't even know. And suddenly, if it's a trading business, you're not trading with your 10,000, you're trading with 6,000 because your 4,000 is already in the pocket from another headhunter who just wants to close you in the business. That is not good. Here, you're earning on the success of the people. Here, it's the other way around. Here, the first month, the second month, you will maybe not immediately have the highest paychecks because it's the other way around. I would compare our business with the gym. Yeah, you go to the gym, you don't have 5 kilo extra of muscle after the first week. Some people might, yeah, but you know how I mean. You don't have the 5 kilogram of muscles in the first week. You have to first check your nutrition. You have to adapt your calories. You have to track your protein. This we can like compare with the business. Your food in the gym is the food for your mind, what you put in it as a leader. What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who you're working with? This is the food for your mind. Second, you start working out. Working out is bringing the idea out to people. Yeah, you will not see the result after the first week. after the second week, after the third week. But if you do it every day, after 2 months, you will see something. And now it comes as long as you maintain it. You don't have to train every day anymore. It's enough in theory if you train 3 days per week, but you will even grow your muscle because your body is now used to the training and to the good nutrition. And that's the same with your team. Once it started growing and people are earning money, then you will go into the most beautiful thing in network, and that is called duplication. Duplication is the reason why we're doing this business. Most people do network marketing like a direct sale company. If you do it like this, you have not the you don't have the freedom of network. You don't have that passive income because you're working all the time. Clack, 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 you're working. But the duplication brings you the freedom. The duplication brings you the luxury and everything. And here's the thing. You're not only earning one time from your client, he's in the business now. But if he keeps his money in the business till 2028, you will still earn from this client in 2028 and also in 2029 and in 2030. That is the way, other way around. Bukky, back to you.
Amazing. Thank you, Benny. Please, do you mind telling us what your total sales volume is? I lost track. The last time you updated me was 14.5. What is it as of today? Guys, get ready. Are you ready?
That is called duplication, I think, already.
Wow.
Um,
Can you see the numbers? 53,718. Wow. Indirect. 9 direct, guys.
the copy
Can you
X.
see that?
In the copy X, we have, where are we? I have to scroll out here. Oh, we
Oh, guys, you want to take a screenshot for your vision board. You want to take a screenshot for your vision board. The last time I was speaking to this man, it was 14.5 million. That was just in Turkey a couple of months ago. 18.02 million US dollars. Guys, if you know, you know. So it's not just telling you, you are seeing it. You are seeing the numbers. And don't forget that Benny also jumped on in October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 8 months in. Look at his monthly balance, 3.62 million done this month already. And this month is not even halfway. Guys, you need to learn something from this gentleman. If he can do it, you can do it. Benny said something that was profound. He said in 5 companies in the past, he was the highest earner. If you do something one time, they can put it down to luck. But when you repeat it over and over and over again, that is no luck. That is expertise. That is mastery. This gentleman here on this call this morning knows something that you don't know. And we want to learn from you. We're not afraid. We want to learn from you. Because if we have the blueprints, we know we can repeat these numbers. We admire these numbers. I love those numbers that I'm saying. So, guys, Benny, at this stage, I'm going to ask you, what are the habits or the skills that got you here? Someone on this call, one of my leaders is saying, I want to do these numbers. This will be good for me. What should he do? What should he start doing from today? We want to learn from you.
First of all, you have to bring in yourself into the full trust. People will feel it. If you don't have it now, you have to inform so deeply about that not the deepest piece of dust in your brain can take your vision and take your commitment to our community. Because if you have a doubt, people will feel it. If you don't have a, you have 100% commitment, people think like, what is with this guy? Like, and they tell me, people tell me, my clients tell me, like, I feel how much trust you have to this business. I feel it like, and they see it. And the trust and the energy from the trust, is about energy. People feel it. If you come in there with low energy and you think, yeah, maybe I will try the business and it's okay, blah, 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 then they will take this energy. Yeah, maybe I will try the business. Come in differently, say, hey, I'm 100% to this. For me, this makes a sense. I have done this myself. I have deposited this amount myself. That is the next, by the way. How committed are you? What are you doing? How much you deposit, your people will deposit. You know that. It's a simple thing from what they tell you in network marketing. People will copy you. If you have 250 in it, your client will maybe also do 100 or 250. If you have 2,500 in it, your client will maybe do also 1,500. Like the more committed you are, the more committed the people will be. That is the first thing. Your business, I'm talking from a point of a fanatic, by the way, okay? Not from a normal. Your business has to become your life. What I mean with that, wherever you go, you have the burning desire to tell people about it. And that is integrated in my life. I go to a restaurant, I approach the waiter. I go to the barber shop. Now I look like a chicken, by the way. He did something wrong. I go to the bar. He's cutting my hair. He's asking me. I'm telling them about. I get my rental car because in Germany I don't have one at the moment because I'm not here anymore. I'm prospecting the guy behind the thing. It became my life to talk about it with everybody, and I want to share this. And my intention is to give people a better life. And I can, like for me in network, this is one of the main reasons why I do it. Of course, the first reason why you do this business is why. It's about yourself. You have to pay your bills, you have to buy your food, you have to care about your family. But this goes very fast here in Xfusion. Once you're done with that, it's not about yourself anymore. It's then about picking the people and giving them a better life. And it sounds so share some great knowledge today, but it's so simple. Talk with everybody about it. Get them in, let them try with what amount. Next one is what I experienced yesterday. Give them the freedom to do what they want. Don't convince them about the amount. I had a guy yesterday. He talked to me. It was funny. I tell you the story. This is from yesterday. He's the dad from the guy what I just told you about who put 100,000 last week himself. And his dad then sat down with me together and his son also. And he told me, yeah, 5 years ago, I got called by some guy on the phone and he had asked me to do some trading, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, 250 I did. And then I lost the 250. And back then it hurt me a lot. You will understand why I tell you this in a second. And I was like, okay, okay, okay. So I told him about the business. Him also, only go in when you really feel good and comfortable. If you cannot sleep in the night, please don't go. Time. Do your research. Only go when you feel good. Then he told me, yeah, I will start now. And remember the amount what hurt him 5 years ago, the 250, what he said to me. And then he said, I will start with 40,000. And then I was like, what did you say? And I say, yeah, I will start with 40,000. And then if it's good, I will put more. And I'm like, you just told me that 250 hurt you in another business. Why? And I said, no, please don't. I convinced him, please don't. Sounds controversial what I tell you now. Please don't start with the 40,000. Please just start with five or with till you have the feeling because I feel you're skeptical. I feel you've soaked up my energy now, but I don't want when you go home later that this doubt moment comes. You know that people are excited at the event, then they go home, the energy is suddenly gone, and then they start doubting. I told him, don't start with 10. Because of that, he started with 10. Today, he already texted me and he started how to bank transfer the rest of the 30. So give the people the freedom. Let them decide. Don't give them the feeling you're convincing them. You are living in abundance in this business. You don't need them. You know what I want to say with them. You don't. And if people have the feeling that you don't need you at them, that you don't need them, their energy and their attraction to you, higher, and they want it more. Story from yesterday.
Amazing. Wow. That is powerful. Guys, you heard that. I don't know how many of you were on the call when I said to people, if you don't have confidence in Xfusion, don't put your money into this. Leaders, you need to stop cajoling people. Stop sugarcoating it. Stop saying things that will kind of manipulate people to put money in. Sell the value, put the value out there, talk about the business, put the key points there, but don't ever oversell. Let people make their decision. Number three. Number two, have a burning desire. He's speaking as a nerdy, he's speaking as an extremist. And until you get to that point, you haven't started. You're looking at his numbers and you're excited. You are completely blown away. But this guy is committed. 100% commitment to the call. He's speaking to everyone who he runs into. He's committed, he's completely sold out. And then number one, trust. The same thing as belief. The same thing Shakawat shared with us last week. All these top leaders are saying the same thing. A lot of leaders are building without trust. The kind of questions that are coming out from some leaders make you wonder. You have to have 100% trust in what you're putting out there. And that is the level I am at now. If you still have a little bit doubt about the solution, you really shouldn't be pushing it. Thank you so much, Benny Hamburger. You are talking about duplication. You say it a lot. You said it to me when we talk all the time. How do people duplicate? Please just share with us 3 things that can make the duplication super fast.
First of all, make them committed about the business, about the product. The product will do it for you. That's what I said about the 2 weeks. Give them the 2 weeks, give them the feeling. Maybe let them even withdraw the amount of their money because withdrawal gives commitment. I will even do something. Yeah, what you can do, you don't have to do, but for some people to give them a more trust and feeling, I made some debit card for the one or other person, and we literally withdrew, even if it's just a $50 on that debit card. Soon you will get our tech market card anyway from Bix, then it will be easier anyway. But give them a bit trust. Yeah. Second, how to duplicate. Basically, people who want, they do it anyway. That is example from what I gave you from my friend. The people are like at their work at the coffee machine, and they tell their friend, "Hey, Johnny, last week I made that XYZ amount of money." My friend David, what I just told you about, he made his monthly income as a firefighter. He made it last week. 1 week by doing
Wow.
nothing, by the trading and a bit of the organization what he built. That is why, like people who want to duplicate, they will duplicate. Of course, you can tell them, hey, if you're satisfied with that, start telling about a few people about it, and I will help you to build it. This is literally like people will sort themselves out who want to duplicate, and then you focus on them. And then you go with them in a call, give them a little task, tell them, hey, if you want to take this business and we want to do it, I will come to your place on Friday, 5 p.m., and you will have invited just 3 people for a beer or a coffee, whatever. And I come to your place and I help you. I will present. There's so many different things what you could, but I think our product is duplicating us.
Absolutely. It's a soft sell. That's one thing Benny always says, that this is easy to sell, that this is the easiest network that he has built. Now, people are asking, do you have money in Neo? And do you mind telling us how much you have in the system personally? Benny?
100.
100. That's it.
200.
The power of belief. 200 now. Did you say 100 or 200?
200, not two, 200.
That's $200,000, not $200, guys. $200,000. And that in itself shows the level of belief that he has in the system. So you've already touched on this, but I just want you to say one or two things about it. You've told us that you've been involved in businesses that has failed. All these crypto scams, all this Ponzi, the craziness that have hit the online space in the last 8 to 10 years. You were also a victim. Your community were also hit. Because one of the challenges that leaders have, the questions, the excuses, the limiting belief that keeps coming up is, oh, I can't build because people have lost money. All my people have lost money. And I keep telling them, it's a limiting belief. In Nigeria, we have 200 million people. You can actually move away from those set of people whilst they're healing. You work on other people that never taught the online space. So please, Benny, I want them to hear from you so they know that what we've gone through is not peculiar to Africa. You were also hit in Europe. Please shed some light on that.
I had to learn this myself because one online mentor back then, he told me that, guys, what is the favorite sport of all networkers? To revive and reanimate the dead and used people. They're laying dead on the floor. They don't want to do network anymore. And you taking your energy, you knee down in front of them, and you try to blow in some energy and revive these people to finally find a network company, what they want to do now. In that moment, you're wasting your energy for this dead person on the floor. You can talk to three new ones, like Bukky said, who have never done it before. 200 million in Nigeria, 83 million in Germany. People like me, like Bukky, like you, successful leaders, you're normal people as everybody. We're normal. You know how many normal people who are the next top leader are out there? They just haven't been detected yet. You have to find them. Network marketing is a sorting business. I also have this. It's a sorting business. And the person who sorted the most people will win the game. You can be ugly, sorry, fat. You can be not able to talk properly, whatever. It does not matter. The people who talk to the most people will win the game, period. Of course, it's an advantage when you're not fat, not ugly, you know what I mean. But it's how it is. A person who's outworking you will win the game. That's it.
Absolutely. Ethics of business. That's
Yeah,
it.
they get them detected and see and feel like whenever you go somewhere, you see the cashier at the supermarket counter who's scanning your things. Look at his gesture. Is he happy? No. Hey, ask him. Hey, my friend, how long you're planning to stay in this room and do your job? And he's like, what should I do? If you could do something different, would you do? If you could earn more money, would you do? And he says, yeah. I say, okay, here, card, give me a number. I will call you tomorrow, 15 minutes. You have any other contact? In the evening, you go out in a bar, you meet somebody, you talk to somebody. Hey, what's your job? Blah, 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 blah. Can you imagine doing this for the next 40 years? Hell no. Okay, brother, what's your solution? I don't have a. If I would have a solution, would you be open-minded? Yes. Oh, another prospect on your. Then you go home by taxi. Taxi driver, hey, is it fun to go to drive that taxi 3 a.m. to never be home at your family? Hell no. Would you be open-minded if I show you how you can make the same income in your taxi part-time? Yeah, of
Hmm.
course. Oh, you have another one. Suddenly you made three contacts without any big effort by letting it flow and not forcing. But that is what I mean. Like you have infinite potential out there. 200 million in Nigeria. What the heck? It's crazy.
It is.
Don't revive the dead and old people. You can present it one time to them. If they don't want, go on, move on, next.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Benny. Don't sell from a position of desperation. The people need you more than you need them. I see
Mhm.
leaders doing this all the time, and it is absolutely wrong. You present from the place of abundance, not from the scarcity mindset. They need what you carry. They'll come after you when they see your confidence. Just lay all the facts before them and move on. Never pressure people to join your business. Don't encourage cross recruiting. Don't take from other leaders. You just keep doing your thing from the angle of absolute belief, and you will see the numbers. You know, success in life is 95% spiritual.
Mhm.
This physical aspect, the skills, that just carries 5%. It's all in your mind. If you can fix your mindset, you have fixed your life. It is powerful. Benny, one last question before we let you go. You are very close to leadership. They're your brothers. We see the vibes. I even admire what you guys have. I'm almost getting ready. I'm considering relocating to Dubai so I can join this family. I love what you guys have because you live in Dubai. And in case you don't know, Benny actually moved from Germany to move to Dubai so he can face this business. He said the level of focus that I need, I can't get it in Germany. He said my Germany is my comfort zone. And you know that your comfort zone in life is your broke zone. So he said he needed to move out of his comfort zone. He moved to Dubai, bought a place, furnished it. Now he lives in Dubai just because of what he has on his hands. This level of determination, guys, this is what got him where he is today. So, guys, we want to hear from you. You are very close to all the people at the top, Stanis, Joko, and the CEO of Tag Market, Nick Farrar himself. You see them almost on a daily basis. You see their vibes, you see who they are, even outside of business. What makes you still confident in these guys? Why do you have absolute trust and believe in them? Can you share one or two things that people who don't enjoy that proximity can learn from?
Yes, and I would just say they're congruent. There is no two different personalities. There's not a personality in the business and out the business. The personality in the business and out the business is the same. That is what I would say. Some people are acting, they're playing their role, they're like how they are. Like it's just transparent. I'm also like not covering something. I'm even saying I'm a nerd. I'm just a nerd and I'm just transparent like they are also. Nick also. And I think you you have the real feeling that the people, especially Stanis, Jelko, and Nick also, and they want that people succeed, and you can feel that. For Stanis and Jelko, of course, I think they're super wealthy now, also, but of course not on the level of Nick. Nick is another level. Nick is a elite of the elite, 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 elite in the world from the income now. Why is Nick doing it? Not because of the money. Nick said a sentence to me, it doesn't matter if you have 300 million or 350 million on your bank account, your life would not change. Your life will not change. And that is the thing. And then I asked Nick, I can just give you that what I asked to understand it. Nick, why are you doing this? He said, it's so simple. I just like to be fucking successful. That was his words from Nick. I just like to be fucking successful. And that is it. The the combination out of improving life from the people being successful, giving back, that is also a big thing from Xfusion. You saw also the charity things, like in another way of giving back. There was a lot in Cambodia, Vietnam, and Thailand of like supporting abundant kids and stuff like that. That is giving back. And I'm a believer in karma and in energy, and Bukky said of the spiritual part. And I think the more lives you improve, the better your life will get. And I think I can relate to that. And it's 100% true from my perspective. Yeah.
Amazing. This is so, so powerful. This, guys, you see the people behind this solution, Xfusion and Nick. These people are genuine people. I feel the energy. I've had the opportunity to meet them a few times, and I absolutely love them. I like their vibes. I like the energy. You can feel it. I like the fact that they're genuine people. And these are the people that are leading us. They say everything rises and falls on leadership. So, guys, even outside of the product, we have great leadership in here, you have absolutely no reason not to win. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, superstars in the house, please put a fire emoji in the chat box to celebrate Benjamin Hamburger. Benjamin, I want to say that we thank you so much for creating time. I actually asked for 30 minutes of your time, but I think we've had it for 1 hour. And it's been powerful nuggets, a lot of things to learn from. I'm really glad that I actually recorded this because this is something we have to listen to over and over again. You're coming to Nigeria, Benjamin. You know that, don't you? I'm bringing you to Nigeria very, very soon. Nigeria is almost ready. So, guys, put in the fire emoji, celebrate greatness, celebrate this outstanding man. Thank you so much, Benny, for hopping on this call. We're going to let you go at this stage so you can get on to do what you love to do. My love to your girlfriend, and I'll see you guys very soon. I can't wait for another hookup. I enjoy hanging out with all of you. Thank you so much, Benjamin. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And we are coming. Those numbers, they're attractive. We want to be there as well. Thank you so much, Ben. So leaders, you've heard from, go on, Ben.
Issues, guys, you will go crazy. Africa has an unbelievable potential. Nigeria has an unbelievable potential. And if we get the leaders on the level of commitment and energy and trust, you can do things. I think you can even pass these numbers because you have so many people, you have so many open-minded people. I say something now, but I tell you something. I love the open from Nigerian and general African people more than from Germans. A lot more. Because you guys, you want to hear, you want to listen. The German guys usually saying first, okay, where's the negative thing? Where's the negative thing? Why are you telling me this? Do you profit from me when you tell me this? Are you getting paid when you tell this to me? No, but yeah, let's go. Okay, thank you. I will go. Go next one. Enjoy.
Thank you so much, Benny. That's another nugget there. Thank you. We love you. On behalf of Xfusion Africa, we love you. We celebrate you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, brother. I'll chat with you outside of this call. God bless you. So, leaders, you have heard. You have learned one or two things. I'll make the recording available to you so you know that this is possible. The last word he said was that it's even easier to duplicate in Nigeria because Nigerians, Africans are more open-minded. So he's even working with the harder community of people who will question everything. And regardless, in spite of that, he has done over $18 million in volume. When I shared this with one of our leaders, he said, has he been doing this for 2 years? Xfusion only started in October, 8 months of being a Nadi. 8 months of commitment, 8 months of total focus. Do you think that this man that just spoke to us, do you think he will have another business that is driving? Do you think he's driving two network marketing companies at the same time? I'm not going to answer that question. I'm going to leave it on the table for you to answer. I'm going to leave it on the table. Do you think he can accommodate two? Because he's working at the optimal level. Focus, belief, burning desire, and absolute confidence. So, guys, we're going to do one more thing before I let you go. Our time is fast spent, but it's been worth it. It's been well worth it. Now we're going to celebrate someone and we're going to hear from this man. He actually unlocked his incentive account